Jaina, system Jaina, Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina, Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina, Maya Jaina miya, Maya Jaina miya, Maya Jaina miya, Maya Jaina miya, Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina, Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina, Beki kari beyo min la si min yen wanina. Min team shati be min koiti wana. Zisi wan bun kiriki nyam ka be keshi wana. Pari man bin kiri kun karsa be kun keshi wana. Ena bam yoki, ime for one rendezvous. Nkuru yenne one mini, vera wani mina jangango. Guinness simor posta, tranchua and caster. Min run table, ve min ke mina pungango. DJ kumpi square, minga aya chengezan. Menki ale moi timo lojim do fe wan mobam wan kar de padi kome padi yo banke shiri shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina Maya Jaina miya Maya Jaina miya Maya Jaina miya Maya Jaina miya Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina Rendezvous min my one minute young boy young shiliva. Me young baby, baby I'm trying to do lemela. Baby you aya, kinyam she a do wasalan. Young ya vera pari wa she a vera tar. Ena wudu tatia vera, wasi a vera kwe. Mojiki ya bongo, ivasan tati she vera kwe. Baby you okay, saneri modu lemi vela. I'm trying to love me mina Chang Jackson. I'm the love monkey. Just jit my kuya baby, party man min kaka. Young get to me and now baby. Moji abaita, to me and no baby. Me shwig along man a dang me long you calm down my brother. Fukuri baby stay so make you a joy. Dada shwig along I'm making your bum Jaina. Dada shwig along I'm making your bum Jaina. Maya Jaina miya, Maya Jaina miya, Maya Jaina miya. Maya Jaina miya, Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina. Dada shwiki no mami kinyo bam Jaina. Men nim vitra ata me li fun for number one. Men do play wise game woman men jang baby wom. Men jang baby men girl men a boti vinyo. Young J baby, beauty our father paka. Baby ye get a galley, a father paka. Baby me young J woman a terbika. Woman want it baby young J baby mati paka. Bika J aula mati po when you phone feel me. Baby men jang me young J ki come and give my name. Aye pani manoma True story pa Kimbang paka beats I'm not there Zubaishay
Fellow Ambazonians, fellow viewers of ABC Amba Television, you are welcome to this edition of Deeper Truth on the ABC Amba Television. Yeah, please, as you come on in, you hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button. We get a good number, we start. Please just hit the share button, touch, click the share button. Our revolution is, I can say, heading towards the final stage because we have two things at stake at the moment. The sudden disappearance of the President of La Republique and the COVID-19. These are the two things we have at the moment, which I hear me entitling my program today, Our Destiny in Our Hands. So this is the moment, this is the time, this is the hour of reawakening. This is the hour of revival. This is the hour for you and me. So please hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button. I think we need a number. When we get this number, we start. Please, we are on ABC Amber Television. I know we have a lot of distractions. We have a lot of ups and downs, but I think it is always necessary. It is necessary. I want you to understand this. It is necessary for our build up. Whatever we are having, whatever we are facing at the moment, it is for our build up. It is for our betterment. So please, I want you to understand that what is happening has to happen. Along the line. Sorry. Yeah. This revolution is a journey. It's a journey that began with a step in 2016. That began with a step in 2016. And the step began with the lawyers and the teachers. And where we are today, we are running a journey of 1,000 miles, 1,000 kilometers. It begins with a step, and that step began in 2016. And now, just like a mountain race, just like an ordinary marathon race that we undertake in life every day, not everybody who starts the race will end that race. Not everybody. And in that race, we have different categories. In every race, we have the junior category, we have the female category, we have the men category, we have the youth category, or the adult category, and we always have the women category. You see, these are different. It pertains to our revolution. These same steps pertain to our revolution. And now, this classification that I've given us, you have the adult, we have the woman section, we have the children, we have the youth. This is how we are in this revolution, with different categories. We have different people with different mentalities. Even among them, you have some people who don't want to win the race, who are not running this race because they want to win. They are running because they just want to disturb some people not to win. There are people who have in mind that this man will not win this race, so I am entering this race just to disturb that person. And maybe as you are running along your track, you see that particular person maybe only wanting to distract you. So all these things, as we move on, as we go on, let me tell you, these people will be shifted. Those who are for the race will make it no matter what, no matter the distractions. There are some people, while they are running the race, they will be looking beside. Those who are waving, there are some people who are running just to get name, just to have fame that I was part of the race, I was a participant, but which they had no important contribution to offer to this race. Let me tell you. So in all this is the same thing we are facing in this revolution now. Today, I'm going to explain something about what is going on in Canada. I'm going to talk a bit about Canada, and then the main issue today is our destiny in our hands. Why our destiny in our hands? Why? What is it? What is the meaning of our destiny? Why? How does it come that it is no longer in the hands of God? It is now in our hand. I'm going to explain this thing. We have a long journey. We don't know how long this journey, how long it will take. Whether it will be 3 days, whether it will be the 6 days, whether it will be 10 years, it will be 5 years, it will be 1 year. We don't know. But let me tell you, in this revolution, you have a say. And the most frightening thing in this revolution that I was talking with yesterday in the short show I had with Comrade Clovis, I said something. I said, in this revolution, if you are gossiping about people, If you are talking about people, you have more than 1,000. You have even 2,000 views because you are gossiping, because you are distracting, because you are talking, you are not talking substance, because you are talking what pleases the enemy. You are talking what pleases the enemy. When they see your topic, it does not, it's not in the line of talking about or talking against somebody. It's not about gossiping. Nobody is interested. But let me tell you, this revolution, the teacher, the lawyers started. How many lawyers do we have in the whole of Southern Cameroons? How many? How many teachers do we have in the whole of Southern Cameroons? How many trade union leaders do we have in the whole of Southern Cameroons? But they started it. In their small number, they started it. So it is not the number. It is not the size. It is the willingness. It is the willingness. This race is the willingness. The willingness of the 10. The willingness of the 5 to see us through. We don't need 1,000 people who will come and disturb 500 people to do effective work. No, it is better we remain 500 and do effective work than the 1,000 whereby we cannot do effective work. Ambassadors, I want you to listen. I want you to understand. What we need now is that motivational factor to step up. What we need is the motivational factor, because so many people are tired, so many people are fatigued, so many people are helpless, so many. You look at a young man like Yannick Sikod. Yannick Sikod had a love for this revolution. He was determined, but he was not mature enough to get what he got in his brain. That is why, and because of what influenced him, a lot of this and that and that and that, the young man was confused. He did not know who was speaking the truth. So at the end of the day, he had to resign and turn the peace ambassador. Peace ambassador for what and for who? Who is the peace ambassador? And what peace ambassador are you talking about? Ambazonians, now is the time that you have to sit. Every Ambazonian have to sit and reflect. Sit and ask yourself, but where is this man heading to? Why is this man? You have to judge every action, not by the sweetness of what they say, not by what they present to you. Let me tell you people something. My late father used to tell me, "Somos no be judgment, no be case. Somos no be." No, he used to say, "Somos no be win case." If somebody gives you a convocation, that person has not winned you in that case. That is what you must understand. So if somebody presents something to you and that, look at this, this is what is it, this is what it might do. That is not the conclusion of it. Because above what you see, there is something. Below what you see, there is something. So now is the time for quiet reflection for every Ambazonian. Sit and ask yourself. Ask yourself, where am I? Don't ask that, where are we heading to? Ask yourself, where am I heading to with this or with that? Wherever you belong, ask yourself, am I really doing the right thing? And if I'm doing the right thing, it shows itself by effectiveness on the ground. This revolution is not social media. I want us to understand this. This revolution is not a social media revolution. Social media facilitates the revolution. War is not won on social media. It is won on the ground. We are going to triumph. We are going to win on ground zero. Now, whatever you stand on social media and talk, facilitate, helps other people to grow, help other people to build up their motivation towards supporting those who are on the ground. I want us to understand that. So ask yourself that you have been listening to somebody for this past 1 year or 2 years. What have you really achieved? What are the benefits of what you listen from me every day? What are the benefits? Ask yourself, how motivated are you each time you listen to me? How motivated are you to stand against La République, our common enemy? Ask yourself, how motivated are you when you listen to A, you listen to B, you listen to C? Where does their talks carry you to? Does it carry you to fight against La Republique or against your own people? These are the things we must ask ourselves every day. You see, in the past few months, a lot has happened on the social media. A is calling B, B is calling C, A will accuse, B will counter accuse, D will say this, A will say this. Look, it has come to a point where me and you have to come back and rethink and ask ourselves, what for these past 3 months I've been talking and talking of what benefit is it to this revolution? You to ask yourself that you have been listening for the past 3 months. How motivated have you been to support? Look, let me tell you, all what we do is the end point is supporting our boys on the ground. All that we do is doing effect for our boys to do effective work on the ground. All that you do, does it really does it affect any change on the ground? You ask yourself that question. That all you have been listening from one platform to the other, from one platform to the other, from one platform to the other. What has it really changed? What has it brought? What difference has it made in your life in relation to this revolution? Do we really give ground zero what they deserve? Do we support? There are some people, they go from one platform to the other, criticizing, abusing A, B, and C. Let me tell you, they don't even give a dime. They don't support. I mean, a dime does not leave their pocket to the boys on the ground. There are some who have decided to hold my trip to Boya as their excuse not to support. There are some who have decided to take my trip to Boya as their what? As their excuse not to support. Now, we are not talking again about my trip to Boya. Now we are talking about you and your county. Go to your local government. There are some who only criticize every day. Hey, my trip to Boya. At the end of the day, ask them, how much did they contribute? They will tell you nothing. They never contribute a dime. Ask them that they should give their receipt. Let them show proof. Because there are people who talk, and don't contribute anything. Let them even show proof of contribution. That yes, under my trip to Boya, I gave €1, I gave €5, I gave €10, I gave €1,000. You will not see any proof. So some of them take it as an excuse not to contribute. So some of them, they stand behind it as an excuse not to contribute. So my brothers, today my talk is our destiny in our hands. Our destiny have been handed to us. From 2016, our destiny was officially handed to us by the consortium. When the consortium, when Balak and Tassan and the rest, when they handed this revolution over to the diaspora, our revolution, it was the official separation of power between La République and Ambazonia. It was the official separation. That was the umbilical cord between La République and Ambazonia was cut the day Balak wrote that letter handing power over to Mark Barata and Tapang Ivo. That was the official cutting of power. That was when we officially knew that the separation has been done. Please, if you come on in, you hit the share button. Hit the share button, because I have to talk about the Canada issue. Whatever is happening in Canada, I'm sorry, I did not even give Clovis this video. I did not give Clovis this video because there was a video he was supposed to play before we get a response from the people of Canada. So I don't know. Let me see. So let me see if I can give this video to Clovis, our able technician. So please, as you come on in, you hit the share button. Hit the share button. This is my first program, my first Deeper Truth on ABC. Please, I'll have to go into the Canada issue when we get at least 250. Let me see, is this the video? Yeah, I'm sure. I think this one is good. You know, before I want to come out to... Okay, let me see if Clovis will have this video. I hope this is the video. I'm sorry, I never gave this video to him before we started. So, let me see. Please, just 1 minute. Let me give, before I start the story, let me give the right video, please. Sorry. Let me give the right video. Oh, sorry, Clovis. Sorry. Please hit the share button. Hit the share button. Let me get the right video. You know, we have more than thousands and thousands of videos. Oh.
Greatness could arise once we break the shackles of the government that's holding us back.
Our goal is to revive and implement the independence as well as restore the national and international personality and sovereignty of the former British-administered United Nations Trust Territory of the British Southern Cameroon.
You are the most lucky people in the world. No human being in this world ever caught up with his history. You are standing face to face and holding your own history in your hand. Now, what you make of it depends on what you do now. To restore the state of Southern Cameroon, I say it clear.
The borders of Southern Cameroon are not being made now. They are borders defined by international treaties.
This country was united by a purpose. It was not one and indivisible. It was united by the will of the people of the Southern Cameroon.
And that is why we are saying that there are two Cameroons that came together.
This is the center of endurance, and endurance is what wins wars. Not how many people you kill, but how long can you endure. George Washington lost almost every battle he had, but he endured. He out-endured the British, and that's how the battle was won. Endurance.
By Monday, we will know whether Yaoundé controls Anglophone Cameroon or we control our country.
Businesses will not open, taxis, banks became, nobody will work, schools will not open, parents will not send their kids to school.
Every moment in the life of a nation can be seen either as the darkest moment or the brightest moment. Usually both are present, and it is our opportunity, by the way we respond, to determine what we make of it.
You must follow your decision to the logical conclusion by pulling out of Amazonia. Or we have to say a liberation war.
Nothing is going to stop us. So help us God.
We'll take our country back.
Okay, I'll wait for this. Now I want to let me begin with this Canada issue. Canada, from the best of my knowledge, from what I got as information, They are trying to group themselves after they had a lot of there was a little rift in the Canadian setup as a country. So they are trying now as much as possible to gather themselves, to reorganize themselves without any political affiliation. They are trying to gather themselves. They are trying to like bring back themselves again. A, B, trying to put away, this man is, they try to put away their factional differences. So it means there in Canada at the moment, the group that they have at the moment, remember there's a group that went to talk with, I think with Maurice Kamto. There was a group that went there to talk with Maurice Kamto. I don't think that is the group, to the best of my knowledge and the way this thing was explained to me. It is not that group, because it seems that group, I think they talked about a letter from Secretary Chris. I don't know if it is that group, but from what I got, I think they now have a factionless group, a group that is doing everything for every Southern Cameroonian, for every Ambazonian. So the invitation of Abdul Karim is not an issue of a faction. Abdul Karim, it is not HD that carried Abdul Karim to Canada. It is not HD. No, it is not the interim government that has carried Abdul Karim to Canada. No, it's a private initiative from the Canadian group, because they want what? They want a revival. They want to revive themselves. They want to come again as one family to stand for the people of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, to fight. They want to have a common goal. They don't want to have they don't want to be mixed up. So I want to correct one point. I don't know if we get this video. I think, I don't know. Please click the share button. Let me see. I really want to see, because I want to explain with this video so that you understand what I am saying. This video is from Capo Daniel. This video is from Capo Daniel. I hope we get this video. I deleted this video without knowing. This video is insinuating, I'm not Abdul Karim, but when I got this video from Capo Daniel, I had to talk with Abdul Karim, and he explained to me, Abdul Karim explained to me, he is not in Canada because of the interim government. He is not in Canada to raise funds. He's not in Canada for any diplomatic mission. He's in Canada because he wants to support. The people of Canada invited him to help them revive the fatigue spirit of other. Let me tell you people something. This noise that we make every day on media, these abuses and counter abuses, I know it helps to fatigue so many people. But I want to tell you, why does it have to fatigue so many people? Because we are not focused, because we are not concentrated, because we don't know what we want in this revolution. So many of us don't know what we want, why we are in this revolution in the first place. So many of us don't know. We are in this revolution because we are fighting for the independence, our stolen independence, our lost independence, our hidden independence. We are fighting to restore it. That is why. And let me tell you, it needs consistency. We have to be consistent. We have to be consistent. That is the one thing that so many people are tired today, they are fatigued today, they are confused today because they are not consistent. If you are consistent, look, there is nothing that will disturb you. I think we got the video. Thank you, our or we just have one wonderful, she gives us all we need at every time. Thank you, Mama Kemi. You are just so wonderful. You are just so wonderful. Let me see, I send it to. Please hit the share button. I'm sorry for this small delay. I'm sorry for this small delay. Okay. I think we got the video now. Yeah, I think we got the video. In the next few minutes, we are going to watch that video. When we watch that video, then I will explain. I'm going to explain when we watch that video. So, what we lack is consistency. So many people, like I said, if we follow the path of truth, you will see from the consortium to the SCACUF, from SCACUF to the governing council, from governing council to the interim government, from the interim government that we have under Sisiko, and which was later taken over by Dr. Samuel Komesako. There is one light. There is one person who has been moving, who has been taking this trail. And I always see him and I consider him as the trail of truth. He walks with that light. Where is he today? From the consortium, you see Pastor Sang, he has been the most consistent. And if you are not where Pastor Sang is today, if you are not walking in line with his philosophy where he is today, then it means you are not consistent in this revolution. You are not consistent in this revolution. So in the next 5 minutes, we are going to watch this concerning this Canada issue. You are going to hear how people, they manipulate. I have never wanted to say this, but because of the damage that this will cause, that this might cause, that is why I have decided to take upon this issue, this story of Canada. Because the name of Abdul Karim, the international, the diplomatic implication, when you cut an image, when you cut a meeting in a particular point that favors you, and then you give a different narrative, you see it does not only destroys it doesn't only destroy the person you are trying to destroy, it destroys the revolution as a whole. And it does not only destroy it damages our relationship. It makes people, it makes diplomats to be afraid to even attend meetings with us. Because it's a shame that you record a meeting, a diplomat is in a meeting, you record that meeting without her consent, you cut a particular part, you put it out with your own narrative. How? Amazonians, let me tell you, we are the ones shooting ourselves on the leg every blessed day. We are the ones destroying our revolution. Because I cannot imagine that you sneak your way into a meeting. You were not even officially invited in that meeting. You go into the meeting, you record part of the meeting, you record somebody talking. When that person is going towards a direction that does not favor your narrative, you cut. When that person is saying something that favors your narrative, you take it and then you put it out on social media. How do you think that person will feel? Did you ask the authorization of that person before bringing this particular audio, before bringing this meeting out to the public? Did you ask for her authorization? Look at how we destroy our revolution. This is a God-ordained revolution. But so many people have become so manipulative to the point that even the devil is afraid of them. It's a pathetic situation. It will make even diplomats, you invite a diplomat for a meeting, that person will tell you, I cannot, because of what A or B did yesterday with another diplomat, changing their narrative. This is what happened in the Canadian meeting. This is what happened in the Canadian meeting. Capo Daniel was never invited in that meeting officially. You know, in any group of people where they gather, they will always have those ones who will always want to destroy. You have a good intention, but there are people with bad intentions inside. He was given the link to attend that meeting, but you will hear him claim that he was officially invited. He was not officially invited, just because they want to smear the name of Abdul Karim Ali. Just because they want to destroy the name of Abdul Karim Ali. Why? Because they see him saying positive things about the interim government. If he was destroying, if he was standing against the interim government, there would have been no problem. But just because Abdul Karim Ali is just in his own 1% giving a positive light or image about the interim government, no, he becomes a problem. So I cannot imagine that in our own look. We expose our bad attitudes outside. We expose the cunning and manipulative individuals that we are outside to the international community. It is a pity that we have come to this stage, that you come into a meeting that you were not officially invited. You've recorded something that you were not even allowed. You did not ask for permission. You did not ask for permission, for anybody's permission. You did not ask for anybody's permission. You cut this image, made your own narrative, and then you send it out. How do you think this woman, this lady, this diplomat, how do you think she will feel when this particular video comes on her table? When she sees this particular video, how do you think she will react? When we say some people are not in this revolution because they want to be in this, because they are fighting for homeland, no, some are just fighting to destroy others. There are so many. It baffles me that as an activist, I cannot do that. When I want to follow a story, when I want to give out something, I give it with what I have. If it's either I have my human facts or I have the documentary facts. But you cannot take somebody's word and you want to judge it in this manner. You caught it. I've just prayed that our technician, Comrade Clovis, our host, who's been doing a wonderful job as an activist and as a technician, to put us this video up. Okay, he says in 1 minute. I want Ambazonians, I want you to watch this video. I want you to watch this video. Watch it and then you will understand what I am saying. You look at the level that some of us are ready, are willing to go just because we want to destroy other people. Just because we want to destroy somebody. We don't care, even if it has damaging effect on the revolution. We don't care. We don't care. I want to finish this Canada issue to explain that one, Abdul Karim is not in Canada to raise funds. When I saw that video, he himself saw that video, he was a little bit cross. He was like, wow. Did you go to Canada to raise funds? No, he never went to Canada to raise funds. He never went to Canada for any other for diplomatic work or what. He went to Canada.
Say Abdul Karim don't come to Canada.
Yeah. Listen to this video.
Rebecca Nason, one big journalist. They don't call me for Canada. Say Abdul Karim don't come to Canada for can raise fund. And they don't invite Rebecca. Rebecca Nason, one big journalist, one big diplomat, we either work for very long time for this issue then concerning independence. So I go attend their Zoom conference.
That is the first lie. He was never invited in this meeting. He never had an official invitation for this meeting. Yes, Comrade Clovis, please.
I interviewed them. and I will play on a way to way it happened so that them I want to acknowledge the coordinators for giving me a chance to ask my question. So make una listen when I will get the best advice for our revolution through this woman. Una hear.
They had a very clear idea of what they wanted to achieve, and they were credible in the eyes of the international community.
That means say it talk say for our revolution to succeed, we need to get leaders them where them be credible in the eyes of the international community. When I see the document where the British government it don't release them, they call Samuel Sako as somebody where a thief. Now British government don't talk. So those people that they still imagine the hope say they feel use Samuel Sako for fight for our revolution, me then just forget about that one. When I hear.
An Amazonian government in exile does not have credibility.
When I hear, an Amazonian government in exile does not have credibility.
Okay.
When I hear,
just hold on. Soma explain something. Hold on. Fellow Amazonians, I want you to look at this clip. This woman is saying it is her opinion that she is expressing. It's not a fact. It is her opinion that she's expressing. I want to ask you, who shows this video and say a government in exile, at the same time you have been appointed ambassador to another government, to another group, they call themselves government, to another illegal group, they call themselves government. So you guys can understand the manipulative attitude of this man. You can understand where we are heading to. That it means some people just want to make us go mad in this revolution. You call yourself an ambassador for a government, and then at the same time you are bringing out the opinion of somebody whom you claim is a valid and authentic opinion, that a government is not necessary. A government is not. Who is she to determine that a government is not or a government is? And then you who claim to be an ambassador, at the same time you are telling people. So at the end of the day, Amazonians, what does this people really want us to understand? I want you and me to understand ourselves. You are an ambassador claiming to represent a government, and at the same time you are telling the people of Amazonia that a government, this person is telling you that. So where do you belong? Who are you? What is your mission in this revolution? Amazonians, ask yourself, who is this man in this revolution? Where does he belong? He is at the same time what they call, he says is what? He is deputy defense chief of a group, and at the same time he is ambassador for another a fake government. So somewhat you are calling yourself an ambassador, and at the same time you are rejecting you are buying the opinion of somebody rejecting a government. At the end of the day, Amazonians, aren't we tired of this rubbish? Aren't we tired? Yes, my brother, please continue the audio. Continue. You will see this manipulation.
Any man where be done fool now. Now the woman in presentation, this the opening speech before I ask you question, he talk and clean and clear. An Amazonian government in exile is not credible at all in front of the international community. Now the advice that we fully hug we don't give for we would not hear. We don't talk and sute. Some people they don't poison their brains, they don't want to let go because of waiting political influence. When I hear, I will play them again when I hear.
If this is not, you accept. You said during the time of Foley Hawk. They did not accept a government during the time of Foley Hawk, but you accepted the appointment as ambassador. This is cacophony. My brother, thank you very much. Just continue.
Exile does not have credibility. with the international community. And there is a historic precedent for this. During World War II, several European countries had governments in exile: Poland, Hungary, Czechoslovakia. But at the end of the Second World War, those governments in exile, they were irrelevant. They counted for nothing. They were swept to one side. If you look at Iran during the time of the Shah,
so you go ahead.
Government in exile.
You go ahead for give example for actually real government and nobody do a virtual government where they be get some semblance of legitimacy. How they be irrelevant. It will give even example them for Africa.
Again, they were swept to one side. Iraq at the time of this will be this will be unpopular with many of
population. These are the issue you talk about, credible leadership and the issue of government, and I think we would benefit
a question to ask
hear you address those two, because we have a couple of frontline leaders and we have some leaders with serious credibility issues with public debates about corruption, misappropriation, and legitimacy in representing
my brother, just wait,
movement
let me
and
explain
institutions.
something here.
It is better for us to be very pragmatic during this phase of our revolution.
Okay, you are Dr. Samuel Komesako have been dismissed. APNC has dismissed him. Seseko has has dismissed him, recalled his government, and he appointed you. And then why is it that you go in a meeting instead of you talking against La Republique, talking on strategies, asking this diplomat, this woman with knowledge, enough knowledge to educate you, instead of you asking about strategies on how to open diplomatic doors, you spend your time. You are talking about leaders who are being corrupt, leaders who are this, leaders who are that. How does this help the revolution? Now, questions that were supposed to be posed by La Republique to this woman, you are the one asking this same question. So what is your role? Who are you in this revolution? There's a big question mark here. If you go into this, look, let me tell you people something. He made mention of Poland, during revolution, Poland, Iraq. I want to ask you, before their revolution, what was their status before their revolution? And what was their status after the wars? What was their status? And if I should understand you well, it was during the World War. So it's a pity that you are talking about government to a people. Let me tell you, what gives this revolution legitimacy? It's the government. Because in 1961, on the 1st of October 1961, we were officially declared an independent state, an independent nation. So anybody who wants to dispute the fact of independence of government should, at the end of the day, wipe out our independence and say we are instead fighting for the only time a government would have been illegitimate. I want Amazonians to understand me. The only time a government would have been illegitimate was between 1953 and 1961, when we had not gotten our independence. If our forefathers left Enugu in 1953 and started fighting for a government, the world would have said it's illegitimate because you are not yet independent. You are still a trust territory. But let me tell you, the moment our independence was proclaimed, was settled on the 21st of April 1961 under the UN Chapter 1608. We have the status. The status of a government in our land was automatically a favored agenda. So please stop disturbing yourself. Stop disturbing this. Our independence and revolution today is at this level because of what? We have two governments fighting in one country. Let me put it that way. Two governments fighting in one country. So the international community must come in to see the legitimacy of these two governments. Is this government fighting in this country, in these two, and are these two countries the same? That is when they say, no, these two countries are not the same. This one got her independence this day. This one got her independence this day. So stop going around fighting a fight that will not help you, that will not help this revolution. So many people in this revolution are no longer fighting La République, but they have proven themselves as agents of La République because they are fighting against the government in place. So thank you, my brother. Please, I think that one is not, just finish it. Let you see when this woman, in the course of answering his question and going in favor of a government, you will see this young man will cut this. If you want to put out the audio, the video of somebody in a meeting, please don't cut it. Put the full video so that people will understand what that person meant. Because sometimes you explain a particular thing and then in your course of discussion, you elaborate. But anybody who cuts this thing, cuts it with bad intention. So please,
of our revolution,
my brother,
rather than aligning ourselves with a conflicting government, we have one government here, two government, we have a government of Godidinka, or you think we should be very pragmatic in our approach and have political wins to lead us based on how pragmatic they are, rather than just because there is a government. We have had a lot of problem about that. I would like you to talk about this issue. Thank you.
Rebecca, to answer your question, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions, sir. Firstly, I agree with you, actually, that finding pragmatic leadership and having a credible political wing is incredibly important. And
so, when I hear for myself, the person that we don't go bring him, na Abdul Karim will go bring that woman, not be me. He don't talk for na clearly for Ambazuna for Maui one hear me here. Having a government is not credible. A government is not even credible in front of the international community. If we not like we, maybe we not stop that thing say government or IG. We not stop them. You need to help no man. Even the things the way they go along with them. An army, a president, all those titles will not help us. Even if we not give them it will not help us in any way. They don't advise them who use the way of John Gorang, the leader will be the war leader for Southern Sudan. The advice with that woman give for Ambazonia them. That audio not complete now. Why I cut halfway, but the people then get the whole video. They fish share them later on. The same will follow the example for John Gorang for the Southern Sudan. They get a military leader. We get also
we can remove the video. Thank you very much. He says it was Abdul Karim who invited this woman. It was Abdul Karim who invited this woman. So we have two allegations now. Abdul Karim has come to raise funds. Abdul Karim has invited this woman. Please, please give us the response from Canada. I was supposed to be with them on seat, but they said they want to be apolitical. They just want to maintain that status. So, my brother, please, can you give us the response from Canada?
Good morning, Southern Cameroonians. My name is Samuel Ajonina, a member of the team that organized the Zoom conference on Saturday in Toronto, Canada. I am here to make some clarifications on a certain video that is being circulated on social media. This video is purportedly put on social media by brother and comrade Capo Daniel. But I must state here that he did not mean to hurt anyone or to discredit anyone. In this video, our brother said he was called to attend the conference, which was not a bad thing, but the organizing committee did not call and is not aware that he was called. However, a flyer was put out with the Zoom invite, And we, the organizers, think that our brother would have maybe seen that on social media and decided to join the conference like any other Southern Cameroonian. And to also say that he did grant an interview to the veteran BBC journalist and human rights activist Rebecca. I don't think that information is true. Also, our brother stated in his video that our comrade from Ground Zero, Comrade Abdul Karim, was invited for a fundraiser and also invited the journalists. This information is also not true. Our comrade was invited here to clarify Southern Cameroonians within Canada and generally in the diaspora about the Swiss-led process, which he did attend the last meeting, and also to try to foster unity and collaboration amongst the Southern Cameroon's community in the diaspora. And I just want to beckon and ask our activists and the Southern Cameroon's community that before we send out information, we should try to verify the source and contact the right people to give us the right information to put out there in public. Misleading information has caused us more harm than good in our struggle. Aluta continua. Good day. Stay safe, stay home, and be free from corona. Thank you. Bye.
Southern Cameroonians, you have listened to one of the organizers of this meeting. Who are these people working for? When you come out with a theory, with a conspiracy theory like this, that it was Abdul Karim who invited this woman, and you say it boldly, loud and clear. You said you were invited. He is the speaker you just heard is a member of the organizing committee, telling you people directly that he was not, Capo Daniel was not invited in that meeting. Fellow Southern Cameroonians, all these lies, where will it carry us to? All of these lies. To find a story, you don't need to be there. You need to talk to people, credible people, to get the truth of a particular issue. The conspiracy, okay, listen to what these people, that Abdul Karim was invited in Canada to come and clarify, to come and talk issues about the Swiss-led process. They invited him to come and talk about them, to clarify them, to help them, to foster them, to reawaken them, to build them up again. And today we hear Capo Daniel making a video with all confidence. That means lying with open eyes. It's a pity. You have heard from one of the organizers in Canada. Please, Mr. Capo Daniel, can you tender an apology to Abdul Karim? Can you tender an apology to this woman who attended this meeting, and then you cut a bit of what he said that favors you and you interpreted it in your own way? How does this video help this revolution? The only thing that keeps us moving in this revolution, that calls the international attention, is what? Is the putting in place a government that is rivaling to that of a government in Yaoundé. That is what gives us recognition. And you who says a government is not, I want to tell you that that government is waiting for her counterpart in Swiss. It means when in the United Nations, when the US beckoned La République to go to Swiss, when Belgium beckoned La République to go to Swiss, when Netherlands beckoned La République to go to Swiss, when the 16 Catholic bishops wrote this letter beckoning La République to go to Swiss, it means they had recognized that La République had something a question to answer against another government led by Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome. As simple as that. Why all these lies? Why? I have told you people, this revolution, there are some people who have come into this revolution not for us to reach Boya in time, but for them to destroy. I can remember the decolonization meeting. The decolonization meeting. I remember when the interim government was supposed to take part in that meeting. You, this same Capo Daniel, you called the decolonizers and made all damaging statements. Who are you fighting against? You are saying that a government is not necessary, but you have not even written your own resignation from that government that appointed you as an ambassador. We're not supposed to be saying all this on national television, but these are things that need national clarification. They need national clarification. We have to be clear on issues like this. Our government has been restored. Our independence, you cannot restore independence without restoring the government. It is the government that officially announced the restoration of the independence. And that government does not announce the restoration and dissolve. No, the government announces the restoration and then follow up to see that what they have announced must get to an end. That is the simple thing that in it. And by the way, how does this government prevent you from fighting in your own? In your own sphere as whoever you are, how does the government prevent you from fighting on the ground? You take your own channel to fight. The government is there fighting in her own channel. If we have to meet in one diplomatic meeting, we meet in the diplomatic meeting. If we cannot meet, if we become parallel, we cannot meet in the diplomatic meeting. We don't meet, we repair. You go your way, I go my way. This is Canada. Somebody from Canada who is a member of the organizing committee debunking the lies that you have been telling the Ambazonian people. The manipulative attitude that you have. Please, can we respect ourselves? Our destiny is in our hands. Fellow Southern Cameroonians, I want to tell you people something. We have been fighting dominance. There is this one word that is what has brought us problem with La Republique: dominance. I started this doctrine yesterday that our destiny is in our hands. We cannot give this fight to our children. You on ground zero listening to me now, I want to tell you, we have been slave under these people for the past 58 years. We have been slave under them. But enough is enough. From the day that the official yoke was broken, was divided, was destroyed, the umbilical cord between Ambazonia and La Republique was divided, our destiny was given unto us in our hands. Now is the time for us to stand up. Look at what is happening in Bamenda. They want to, the colonial governor of Bamenda, they still continue with their dominating issue. Let me tell you, you that says you are not going to be part of this revolution, let me tell you, they have passed a decree in their parliament that all languages are equal. It means they can teach, they can do everything they want to do in French language in Ambazonia. Let me tell you, if we leave this fight, we are finished. If we end this fight, we are finished. We are going to fight all their domination. I want to ask you people, during the last just ended national dialogue in their country, in their capital, who represented Ambazonia? Who? They were Francophones. Lele Lafrique and Okala Bilai, they were the ones who led the delegation. They were not, it was not led by Mafani Musonge. It was not led by Philemon Yang. It was not led by Peter Nde. It was not led by Agbobala. No. It was led by the very Francophones who have colonized our land. And this is how they are going to destroy us. If we don't rise up at this moment, now is not the time to call A, B, and C. Now is the time for you to know. Some people think it is not over. Let me tell you, if it is over for you. But for me, this struggle continues till we reach Boya. We have taken more than enough from them. We have taken more than enough from them. I know so many people don't like these messages. When you start gossiping, they come in. When they hear that a one that will motivate them. We have been slaves for too long. What we came into the union with, they have destroyed all. Fellow Ambazonians, they have destroyed everything that we brought into this marriage. They have destroyed. Is it power camp? Is it marketing board? What have they not destroyed? They have destroyed everything. And what have they offered us? Nothing. That is the ring road that they promised us for donkey years. The ring road has never been built till today. Instead, what we had, they have destroyed, and they continue to destroy. They will continue to destroy every little. Now, even the resistance that we have, let me tell you why they burn houses. They are burning houses and killing our people because they want to intimidate us, because they want to destroy, they want to they want to crush down that spirit of resistance that is in your blood, that is in my blood. They want to bring fear in our lives. But let me tell you, now is the time. Like I said yesterday, every Ambazonian must be an intelligent officer. Every Ambazonian must play a role on ground zero to tell us what is happening. Give us, let me tell you, in Israel, why are the Israelites succeeding against the Arabs? The Israelites are succeeding against the Arab because of what? Because every Israelite is a military. If you leave primary school, you must pass through a military formation. All of them are intelligent officers. They have a small population, but let me tell you, they are surrounded by all the Arab nations. But if you hear from the day the Israelites settled in that small piece of land, let me tell you, they have always been capturing. They have been capturing. They have been capturing. They have been extending their land. The Arabs cannot swallow them because of who they are, because of their mentality. Every Ambazonia on ground zero must do something for this revolution. Let me tell you, we will continue to remain slaves if we put down our weapons. We will remain slaves. I mean, the worst categories of slaves that you can imagine. Let me tell you, there will be a time when they will tell you that English is no longer considered a language in Ambazonia. If we give up this fight, if we give up this fight, now is not the time. Our destiny is in our hand. Let me tell you, the internal fight that you see that is rambling among us. Look at the nature of La Republic. They have always loved divide and rule. That has been their only strategy. Paul Biya has succeeded in power. Aijo was in power, I think, for 27 years or 25 years. Paul Biya is in power today for 30-something years because of what? Because of divide and rule. Look at the way they have divided our elite. Some are with them. Some are fighting against us wholeheartedly. Let the death of these two people, Ekema Patrick and Bandam, who celebrated them? Let me tell you, who celebrated them? Nobody is celebrating them. They are a curse to their people. They are a curse to their people. And let me tell you, all the Bandams in our middle, all the Frundis in our middle, all the Ekema Patricks in our middle, let me tell you, you will never be celebrated. Even La Republic will not celebrate you. La Republic will not celebrate you. They did not celebrate Ekema Patrick. After all that Ekema Patrick did for them, they did not celebrate him. How many people came out? Because La Republic is doing use and dump. As for who this demon they call Atangaji, those who end in prison, the monies he has siphoned, the money he has embezzled, he will only end up in prison. So he is just from that office, he's waiting his day that he will transfer from that office to the prison. Fellow Ambazonians, now is the time for all of us to rise up like the Israelites. The Israelites, when they rose up as one man, they took their territory and they are securing their territory. We must secure our territory. Fellow Ambazonian, it is not to come on social media abusing your brother A, B, and C that makes this revolution. No, it is not. It is not abusing your brother who is you come, you abuse women. This one is a prostitute. You abuse this one is this one is not handsome, this one is not learned. It is not all about that. Is not the agenda of this revolution. The agenda of this revolution is the blood of our people that have been slaughtered in ground zero, more than 12,000. Have you ever sit and you reflect? Have you ever make a reflection of what of the more than 300 homes, how villages that have been burned? Do you sit and you reflect? Do you have your people at heart? Do you think of Ambazonia? Do you think of these lives that have been lost? Our destiny is in our hands. Now we have two serious issues at hand. We have the coronavirus that has slowed down the world, that has brought everything to a standstill. You see the wickedness of La Republique. They are only doing their best to transport coronavirus in our land. Let me tell you people something. They want to do all their best to transport coronavirus in our land because they know the moment it enters Ambazonia. Let me tell you, I think Ambazonia is the only country in the world now that has not registered a single case. La Republique is angry. La Republique is angry. They want it to enter our land. Now is the time for me and you to rise up with that patriotic spirit. Let me tell you, when we fight, we see a light in the horizon. When we fight, we see a candle light in the darkness. That is the patriotic light for you and me. Please avoid all this distraction. Do not listen. There is more than enough distraction. The distraction of storytelling on social media by activists every day. This one said this. This one did not do this. This one did not say that. This one did not do this. How does it help the revolution? Our destiny is in our hands. We have been given this destiny by going back to our community, our local government area. Go join your local government. Support your local government. Decide for your local government. If 10 of us are from Kumba, we gather as children from Kumba, we raise funds and we support the people from Kumba. We decide what goes on in Kumba. We decide how our boys destroy the La Republique interest in Kumba. That is it. That is what the interim government has done to give us, to hand us our destiny back. Fellow Ambazonian, our revolution has become a gossiping revolution. A revolution where people will post out private videos. People will expose private images. You even expose until you publish the address of your brother on social media. That is not the Ambazonian. That look, any decent Ambazonian will not do such. Except you have an agenda in this revolution. How does that invoke revolutionary spirit in us? How? Are you on Facebook? You need to motivate people. Are you on WhatsApp? You need to motivate people. You don't need to discourage people no matter what. This revolution was not, we did not learn revolution in school. In school, they only taught us mining in Norway, forestry in Sweden. That is what they taught us. Parts of a grasshopper, the parts of a tilapia fish. They taught us world history, First World War, Second World War, League of Nations. That is what they taught us. And how is that helping us today? No way. It doesn't have anything. They only brainwashed us. They never told us our rights as Southern Cameroonians. We were not informed of our rights. Our rights, we were not taught of our right in school. We were not taught that we had the Southern Cameroon police, that we had the first government in Africa. We were not taught that in 1958 we had the first government in Africa. We were not taught of our democratic principle. We were not taught the pride of a common law. We were not taught the pride of our educational subsystem. Instead, we fought and our brothers died to get GCE board. We were not taught all this. We have been brainwashed for 58 years. And now is the time for you and me to take up our battle hash and to send the enemy out of the house. And the worst of these enemies that we have in the house are the enablers. All those who are enabling La Republic military to infiltrate our quarters, to infiltrate every nook and cranny of our land, to destroy. Look at what is happening in Fuebakundu. The military has entered Fuebakundu and they are distributing rice. When they burn your house, they bring back of rice, they beat you and they give you a milk to drink. For how long are we going to take this, fellow Amazonians? We spend all our time on social media only to abuse A, B, and C. For how long are we going to take this? The Bamele case from the Western province are overtaking Bamenda. They are imposing themselves because their head man, Mr. Lele Lafrique, is there. He has been importing them all to defy our ghost town. And today I heard that they are paying people to open their stores on Monday. I want to inform all those who are opening their stores on Monday in Bamenda, please, when you take that money, you will face us. If you think you can take 5,000 francs to sell this revolution, let me tell you, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. So all those who are in Bamenda and you go and open that shop on Monday, you have a question to answer. And whatever you see, you will take it. All those who are selling brasseries drinks in our land, let me tell you, whatever you see, you will take it. All those who are still opening council building, look, let me tell you, there was no election in Amazonia. So we have no councillors, we have no mayors. If you are interested in councillorship and mayorship, please cross over to La Republique. We, the young people, are taking our destiny in our hands. Now is the time for you and me to fight. Fight more than ever before, because generation will ask you, what did you offer? When your people, others were fighting, what did you do? There are some who are laughing at us at the moment. I want to tell you, I want to assure you that when Moses came into Egypt to liberate the children of Israelites, even some Israelites who were senior slaves were laughing at Moses. When they arrived at the Red Sea, some of those senior slaves were still laughing at Moses and they were mocking at him. And even when they crossed the Red Sea, on their way to the promised land, some were still laughing at Moses. That we told you that we will end up in the desert. We will never see the promised land. Fellow Amazonians, how motivated are you to go down your pocket and to put money in this revolution? How motivated are you? Some people are more motivated listening to rubbish on social media than going down their pockets. Let me tell you, listening to dirty messages on social media will not help you. Please be focused. Please, now is the time for me and you to be focused. Stop listening to gossiping. I have just disproved one here now. Listen to what Capo Daniel, a young man who calls himself an activist, he's an activist, he's at the same time deputy defense chief, and at the same time he is ambassador for South Asia, for Asia. According to him, he has 3 functions in this revolution. What does he bear? Which fruit? Only to come bring up theories, lies. Canada has debunked this lie. You will not hear apology. After this show, he will come out with another lie. How does this help us? How? I have seen another one today. Somebody is putting up let me tell you, that activist that you are supporting today, who is putting up the address of another person on Facebook, on Twitter, let me tell you, know that you will never talk against that activist. Because the day that you talk against that activist, your own personal information will be sent out. Let me tell you, as he is putting out the bank account of another person, let me tell you, one day your own bank account will be put out. So if you have decided to make yourself a slave to somebody you are afraid of, because tomorrow he will put out your personal information, it means the slavery of La Republique is even better. You are worse. You are worse than La Republique. When anybody raise a finger against you, you have to carry their personal information and put in the public. Does not take your destiny in our hands. No. We need information that will destroy La Republic. We need the address. We need the location of where Paul Biya is at this moment. We need the location of where my country people is at this moment. We need the location of, so now the other time they put my whole family on Facebook. And I go to the AGC people, they are war. Look at what they are doing. ADF. You go to, I think, Roland Teriwu or Wu. You see my picture, that of my family. This is hiding in French Cameroon. I am there talking. Kapan wrote his own theory that my wife is an international businesswoman or whatsoever, that I'm hiding them in La Republique. How does that help the revolution? What you do, does it help the information, the revolution? When you come out and you give credible information, that helps in building up the confidence of people, marching towards the right direction. That is what we need now in this revolution. That is what we need in this revolution. But you see, a group of people who have sat and decide that they must destroy their own brothers first before they face the enemy. For how long are you going to destroy your own brother while people are dying on the ground? I want to show, it's something that is painful, but I want to show you people something. This one, the camera will not put it. I want to show you people something. The essence that we have gone in this revolution just because we want to prove a point. Let me see. I want to show you people something. Now, I'm sorry that I have to put this. Let me see. Let me get this. Okay. Look at an activist. Look at an activist. When you come, you put the address of another person on social media. How do you feel? How does it help this revolution? It means nobody must talk against you. But I want to advise all those who encourage and applaud this. I want to advise you that as the personal information of this young man is put on social media today because he has raised a concern, that is how your own will be put out tomorrow. And I want to explain to Ambazonians, I am putting this video of Capo Daniel on this ABC platform because I want you to see two direct information. I'm not putting it because I want to give Capo Daniel whatsoever publicity. That one is not necessary. But I want to tell you the gravity that these people can go to discredit somebody. And that is why I had to come with the video from Canada. They were supposed to be on this platform. But for obvious reason, they had to send me this video. So for the world, this is on satellite. For the world to see the damage that these individuals are causing to the people of Ambazonia. Let the world see the damage that you are causing in this revolution. That is why I have to bring it here. Because the international community follows this. And when they see images like that, no, things like this have to be done. So I'm not giving him any popularity, but I am telling the world, I just want to make it different. All the diplomatic efforts that we make, these are people who go behind to distort them. Let me tell you people something. Our destiny is in our hands. We have a government, an official, a recognized government, led by Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome. This government has given back power to the people. It has handed power to the people by creating structures. This government have our own structures. We have the judiciary, which is the legislation, which is the Restoration Council. We have the judiciary, which is the Judicial Council. We have the Ethics Committee. We have the National Self-Defense Council. And then we have the counties and the local government controlled by the people, deciding for themselves how to operate in their locality. Fellow Ambazonians, your destiny, our destiny is in our hands. If we have decided to listen to people who want to destroy this revolution, go ahead and listen. But I want to tell you, you need to be motivated every day, to be assured that if we put down our hatchets today, we become worse than what we were yesterday. La République, they are now planning to destroy, according to them, this is the final stage to destroy our revolution. But I want to assure you that you are going to wake up from sleep, that you are going to rise up again, that you are going back to locate your county, your local government, and that you are going to participate in nation building by supporting the compulsory independence due. We have the communication department, which has the ABC Amber television in place to pass out credible information to the international community. We need to support the television. We have the ABC Amber, the ABC Club. Be part of the ABC TV Club. This is a government well structured. But some people are bent on not destroying La République, but destroying our destiny. This government is like our destiny. Let me tell you, I love to have a government. I love to feel that I am already in my country. I love to operate in exile as if I am operating in my country. That is my destiny in my hands. I carry my destiny. If you want to write on social media, write with pride. Write to destroy La République. If you want to fight on the ground, fight to destroy La République. Don't fight to destroy your own people. When we listen to activists, when we listen to leaders, they come on social media and they promise death to Chacha. Chacha must die. Chacha must die. Chacha must die. And today they are crying foul. Bui 23, Bui 22, it is not Bui 23, it's not Bui 22, it is Bui 39. Ambazonians, it is Bui 39. We want the names of the 30. I gave the names of 7. Let ADF give us the names of the rest. They were 39 and not 23. Don't be deceived. If they tell you 29, ask them. If they tell you 23, ask them, what about the other 16? You want their names. Ambazonians, they were 39 of them who went to execute Chacha. They were 39, not 23. So let them give us account of the 39, not 23. Our destiny is in our hands. We have been given the choice. We have been given the choice. Please stand for what is correct. We have suffered more than enough in the hands of these agents of La République. We have suffered more than enough. Our forefathers have suffered. They handed the baton of suffering to us. Let me tell you, tell yourself you are not giving this baton to your child. Tell yourself you are going to fight. No matter how small that money is, please, it's 10 euros, $10 every month. The CID is $10 every month. You can give from $10 to $1 million. Please, it begins with just $10. You support the ABC TV Club with just $5. From $5 to any amount that you can give, because our destiny is in our hands. What is the CID all about? That CID is, if you now they are paying through the LGA, you pay through your LGA. For example, we have an emergency. We are short. We are short of funds. We simply go back to the interim government. We go back to the coffers, to the treasury, and we tell them, you know, each $10 we receive, the county has a percentage. Please, we need this. They give you that money back. So it is your money that you are keeping in the treasury. So don't be deceived by some gullible, I don't know how to address them. Man, but that is not important in this revolution now. Storytelling, giving out facts. I see some people carrying out bank statements and brandishing on social media. Let me tell you, to brandish a bank statement is one thing. To interpret that bank statement is another thing. How many of you listening to me have taken this bank statement, open, look at them, read them, and really ask you, but what is the purpose of this? What is the meaning of this? They show you the one that they want you to see. They don't show you the one that you are supposed to see. Our destiny is in our hands. To take what is evil and to accept what is right. It is in our hands. But let me tell you, we have one principal enemy, La République. For the internal enemies, we just need to be focused. We need to be consistent. We need to be straightforward. That is all. The only thing to do to move them out of our way is when we are focused, when we concentrate, when we carry our way forward without minding them, without even talking about them. We will move forward. I think I'm getting message now that there was an attack in a FAB village. That there was an attack in a village. I think it's in a FAB. Let me see. This is what they do every day. They arrest, they kill our people. While we come on social media to show, in a FAB village in Manu Market, and some young men were arrested. Among them, we have Agbo Gideon Osang, we have B. John Tiku, we have Egbe Matthew Ojong, we have Ojong Boru Edebel, we have Bisong Lawrence Agbo. These are young men who were ferried from Afab village in Market today. We don't know where they have taken them to. And we sit on social media every day, brandishing documents. We sit on social media, brandishing receipts. We sit on social media, showing the addresses of our fellow brothers. And they are destroying our villages every day. They are carrying our young men every day. They are killing our young people every day. Let me tell you, the president of La République is nowhere to be found. Now is the time that we must take advantage to execute. Now is the time that we must destroy all that is left of La République because they are confused. They don't know the whereabouts of their president. They don't know the whereabouts of their president. They don't know. So now is the time that we have to finish the last battle. Now is the time we have destroyed their election. There was no election in our land. Now is the time to carry the final push. In their confusion, we just pray that as he has gone, let him go so that there will be the total confusion in their camp, and then we take advantage and we shoot them out of our land. Fellow Ambazonian, now is the time for us to re-strategize, to take 3 steps back, to shoot forward. Now is the time for us to look. The suffering is just too much. Fellow Ambazonians, they are treating us as if we are subhuman. We have never been human. That I cannot imagine that you will sit in a court, in a common law court. You are judged by a civil law judge. Your judgment is written in French, and then they tell you to go and translate the judgment. For how long? We have started this fight. We have a common enemy, and we have in-house enemies. For the solution to in-house enemies is to avoid them. Do not pay attention to what they are saying, because let me tell you, if they are exposing others today, they will expose you tomorrow. If they are showing the address of another person today because you agree with them, tomorrow when you disagree with them, they will show your data outside. If they are showing the receipt of A today, let me tell you, if you disagree with them, they will show your own receipt tomorrow. Don't think you are free. You are merely enslaving your destiny in the hands of gullible activists. If today they have started their own project, you disagree with them, tomorrow your name will come out outside. So everybody now has to be in chain. Fellow Ambazonians, rise up. Take your destiny in your hands. Take your destiny in your hands. We need to fight. Go to your local government. Be part of the decision making. Do not listen to all these things people are saying. Let me tell you, we are going to suffer. We have the COVID-19 that is ravaging the world today. Everything is at a standstill. The La Republique will want to take advantage of it now as they are burning and destroying. I heard the other day 200 unscreened soldiers were sent in Ambazonia. You don't know whether they carry the virus or not. Now they want to build a camp in Fuebakundu. They are distributing rice there. Why other nations are locked down? They are there spreading. They are dying every day in Douala. Now they want to carry them now to Ambazonia. For how long are we going to take this? And when we shut down our borders, you are there. You have opened the borders. You are defiling the order to transport people to go and carry sickness from that land to bring in our land. Please, now it's time for every Ambazonian to become a dictator. Now it's time for every Ambazonian to become an intelligent officer. In the diaspora, we must support our brothers back home. We must support our brothers back home. We have suffered the dominance of La Republique. For how long? How many people do you encourage? You go to WhatsApp groups, it is only query from morning till night. Sako is this, Ebenezer is this, Seseko is this. From morning till night, you go to 20 WhatsApp group, no objective, nothing. At the end of the day, you sleep, you are tired with your brain fatigue because of what? Quarrel. Please, any WhatsApp group that is not in line with your objective, if you are for the interim government, please find yourself in all the groups that belong to the interim government. Don't go to a group where they will abuse you, tell you all type of dirty things against the interim government. No, leave the group. Just sign out of the group. Don't say you want to stay there and listen. No, sign out of it. Come to where you will get nourishing information, where you will support. You even pay maybe even 10,000 or 5,000 francs or even 100 for what? For your destiny. Fellow Ambazonians, our destiny is in our hands. Don't ask what this revolution has done for you. What have you done for this revolution? When county by county, local government by local government was introduced by the interim government, our destinies were officially handed over to us. Support our boys on the ground. Support our boys on the ground. Ground zero is the master. They have lost, their president is missing. COVID-19 is there. For all of us in the diaspora, even those on ground zero, please stay safe. It is real. Take all the preventive measures. Stay on guard. I think I have to sign out now because we have a next program. Caroline Mala will be coming up with Comrade Clovis Nancho will be coming up with Amber Voice, 8 p.m. Amber time. So I think I have to sign out. I want to thank you all for being with them. All the bikes that were taken by La Republique, please, you have to be careful. Check these machines well. They could put tracking machines, tracking devices there to track you people. So please, the situation in Bamenda, we have gone more than the level of protest. We have passed. Anybody who sees what is happening in Bamenda and is excited, please don't be excited. That is 2016 spirit. We have gone past that level. No matter what they do, let them seize all the bikes. We are going to get them back one day. And these boys are going to drive on a free Ambazonian. Let me tell you two young people. You sit and they shoot you carelessly. You sit and they pick you up carelessly. Please, now is the time. Every young Ambazonian on ground zero is a potential suspect. You need to go into the bush and carry your own stick to defend motherland. It is, I better die fighting than die a slave. So many of us have been killed carelessly. Please, if you are on ground zero and you are a young man, please, as we fight in the diaspora, please take up your own stick and defend your land. Defend your land. Forget about all this noise that you hear on social media. It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility to defend motherland. As I speak here, I talk to the international community defending my patriotic spirit for a free Ambazonian. You must carry your own stick. All those who are not viable to carry sticks, please, you are becoming intelligent officer. Thank you very much for being with me today. I think I'll be coming up again tomorrow with Comrade Clovis to continue our program yesterday. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Amazonia. Short live the struggle. So, I have come out
Start a new career as a Linux system administrator with an average salary of $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Dynamic Tech Academy has transformed many lives for the better through our 6-month Linux program. We are so excited to announce that we are adding DevOps course and Red Hat certification at no charge, which will make students more competitive. Over 80% of our students have no prior IT background, yet vast majority of alumni land jobs in 3 to 6 months after they start applying. Our ultimate goal is to reach 100% student employment. So we work with every student until he or she gets a job. Upon successful completion of the course, we will provide resume building, interview preparation, and job placement assistance. With the Linux course, you get more than 300 hours of in-depth training, and you get to learn from experienced instructors. By the end of the program, our students can be Red Hat certified if they choose. Our alumni work in companies, both government and private companies in the USA, Canada, and even Europe. Want to learn more about the program? You can contact us at info@dynamicdmv.com, or you can call us at 240-604-9505, or you can call us at 240-423-7865. And you can also visit us at www.dynamictechdmv.com. If you are interested in online classes, please register on our website. That's once again www.dynamictechdmv.com.